Hello, here we are in Farmington, New Mexico, the Civic Center. We'll be doing a random 5 questions with none other than.
Adrian Chalapa. Kian Data. Adrian Chalapa Akan.
Oh, that's beautiful. What language was that?
That's Kiowa.
Kiowa. All right. First question would be coming from Oklahoma, correct?
Yeah, I'm originally from Oklahoma.
To Fort Lewis College.
To Fort Lewis College.
What was the biggest, like, if there was an awe moment or something coming from Oklahoma to Colorado for school?
The biggest thing I had to get used to was sidewalks. I know that doesn't sound like a big transition, but in Oklahoma, there's not, at least where I'm from the middle of nowhere in the country, and you can't, there's no sidewalks. And even in some of the cities, there's not a lot. They just don't really support walking in general. So when I saw everyone walking around their healthy lifestyles, I thought that was really different because Oklahoma's kind of obese, and so like you wouldn't see people riding their bikes or walking, and so I thought that was different.
Wow. Okay, being a mom and on the road with what you do, how do you manage both? Wow, that must be pretty tough.
The kids and the career on the road, I just had to accept a dirty car. That was the main thing. Like, I just accepted it. This car is gonna stink like diapers sometimes. I don't know. And it also meant that, I had to deal with like throw up on me sometimes and then go get on the stage. I just couldn't really worry about how I look too much. But I have a really good supportive husband and a supportive family, and they watch my kids when I'm gone. And but I take the little baby with me because he's a baby, so he goes with me. It's not too bad, I guess. I'm lucky.
Yeah. Well, I think you're a great mom.
Thank
Awesome.
you. I try. I just throw snacks at them and say, shut up.
Okay, third question is when you're writing your material and on the road and when you do shows, is it harder to do a show by yourself or with the Native Girls of Comedy or 49 Laughs?
So is it harder to do the shows by myself or with one of the comedy groups? It's harder by myself for sure because when I'm in the groups I only have to do maybe up to 30-minute set. When I'm by myself I have to do double that. I have to do an hour set, and so it is harder. But I like it a little bit too because I can slow down, try new stuff. When it comes to writing, I'll usually make a mental note, put it on my phone or write it down, and then I'll try it on stage, and then it'll bomb the first time, and then I'll try it again and keep trying it until it finally works. Maybe it never works. Maybe I just like it and the audience doesn't, but I gotta get something out of it too, so it's good. I don't know. Maybe it's good. The writing is the hardest part. It really is. That's why we say the same jokes. It's hard to write new ones. But we try. I do anyway. I try.
That's awesome. And the fourth question is kind of a serious question with our Native communities, our natives around the world, both Canada and the United States. There's murdered, missing, and Indigenous women. Being a beautiful Indigenous woman yourself, how do you go about getting involved or getting the word out about our missing women?
Well, I I try to share as much stuff as possible, events, the cases of all the Native women who are out there and still missing. I try to raise awareness that way. There was an event in Window Rock recently that was about it, and tried to donate my time to that cause as well. It's tough because it seems like it's always happening. It's always going on, and so when I go to non-Native communities, I always try to say something about it. I always try to educate non-Natives that this is a problem in Indian country and Native country, Indigenous country. So that's really all I can do is just mention it here and there, talk about it here and there, and not forget those people, say their names, pray about them, think of their families, especially during holidays. It's hard.
Okay, and my fifth question is usually pertaining to our youth. And this one goes out to our young Native women who maybe have been sexually assaulted, or somebody that, that didn't do good to them. Where would they go, or who would they talk to for help in their situation like that?
Ooh, good one. Well, I know that there are crisis hotlines that they can call. I don't know the exact numbers, but there's for sure crisis hotlines, even dialing 911 if you're in an emergency situation. But the problem is that a lot of times when you're in that situation, you don't want to say anything. You don't want to talk to nobody because you feel a level of shame or guilt or blame or danger. And so all I can do is encourage people who are in a violent situation to get out of it and to find their inner worth and to give their life worth, because they have to love themselves, and also if you know someone who is a perpetrator, who's being violent towards women and children and elders and other people, then don't hide them, because I know a lot of families do hide these people. They make it safe for them to continue their behavior, and so go ahead. So and then talk about it. That's the other thing. Don't be afraid to talk about it, because it's a tough subject, but as long as we don't talk about these things, then they'll never change. So and the other thing is we have to stop thinking of women in terms of property. I think that's a big thing too. Even to this day, I still hear jokes, about women, and sometimes they're just jokes and they're funny. But at the same time, we have to reframe the way we think about women. And instead of thinking about them as property and objects, we need to think of them as leaders, as nurturers, as warriors, even, because a lot of women are on the front line right now for the human rights causes. So we just gotta completely change the way we think about women. Thank you.
All right, so how would one follow you or get a hold of you? Want to go ahead and give out your social media?
Yes, so if you want to get a hold of me, you can contact me at my website, which is www.chalapah.com. That's CHALEPAAH.com. And you can follow me on Twitter at Adrian Comedy, Instagram at Adrian Chalapah, Facebook Adrian Chalapah. I'm also on Snapchat. What else is there? Grindr. Hey, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Oh.
All right. Thank you.
Peace.